Hold on, what did he say? He said into the United States. Oh, okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure y'all were with me on that. Very, very interesting video. Very interesting video. Right now we have. You got to excuse me. I'm eating my piece of candy. But we have roughly 1,000 military being trained to shoot down drones. Very interesting. It's a new thing that in the last couple of years that they started doing, and I think that we really need to keep an eye on China and Taiwan. I really think that China and Taiwan is going to be a big. Um, well, if China moves on Taiwan, we're definitely going to have major conflict, and we'll see where this is going. But check this out. Hey, Ark, there's a few minutes left. Hey, Jessica. Very, very interesting video. Very interesting video. Yeah, exactly. A carrier killer. Not only that, we've been talking about all. Hey, Carol. Yeah, it's freezing rain here. Definitely. But we've been talking about, Club K. We've been talking about that for like 2 years, right? But as I watch, hey, Miss Needle, as I watch some of these videos and I go around to different places and some are off the beaten path, some aren't. But the interesting thing to me is where the United States, no one's really scared of us anymore. No one's really like worried about, oh, the United States is going to do this or do that. It's like they're challenging everything that the United States wants to do. There's a report out now too that just came out again that Russia wants to take back Alaska. You know, there is a a lot of illegals are not only going to the southern border, but they're coming up through Canada and down, and that's been going on for decades, right? I think that, yeah, we've ticked off everybody. I mean, honestly, she's a wildflower. We're at the point that when we watch some of these things that are happening around the world, and everybody's trying to draw the United States in. That's my big concern. If they are drawing us in to more and more conflicts, how long will we actually be able to stand? That's just something that we should all think about. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not looking good for the United States. I think that we're going to feel an economical crunch this year, and then we have, uh, it is definitely war is here. It's just not at our front doorsteps. And I look at that and I think about it, and it's like it's a huge mess. You're right, Miss Needle, because everybody, there's no country sitting down at the table and going, "Hey, let's all sit down, calm down, and let's discuss these things." I mean, Germany's having some major problems. I just watched another one today about Germany, and the other big thing that for all of us is the food supply chain. If you step back into the Great Depression, there was everything from sugar and coffee and flour that was rationed, as well as gas. And there was a saying, it was use it, abuse it until it's worn out, basically, was kind of the saying. I agree with you. I agree with you, Patriot No Jab. Is I believe that many people will hold the line. Thank you, SPLL. I believe that many people will hold the line. The issue is this is when you take down comms away from people and you take down communication, there is a huge problem because where are you going to get your information from? I hope that everybody has a NOAA radio. I hope that you have a solar radio. I hope that you have some of those things. I think that the American dollar, as it falls, we are like in this just downward spiral right now between the military, what's going on in the Red Sea, China wanting to take Taiwan, Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Gaza, Iran. I mean, what else? What else could happen? Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. That's probably not a good thing to say. I think that it's going to be a real shit show, right? Oh, Everybody listen to SBLL. You need to activate so that you can get a membership. If somebody gives some membership, you can get it. You have to do that. I'm not sure where to do that. Somebody tell them. I think it's going to be a real shit show. I think that each and every one of us has to really think about what's going to happen. These candies are so good. These are those old-fashioned wafer candies, and I can't stop it. I just can't stop it. You know, I think when it comes to prepping, though, that we have so many things that's happening. It's like, what direction do we go in our prepping? Where do we go in our prepping? I think one, we definitely, after watching that and knowing that their missiles could actually take down a carrier, right? I think that we definitely. Hi, Mimi. I hope you're feeling better. She was under the weather. Arc Wildman, I hope you're feeling better. Dragonflies is feeling better. My eye is good to go. And thank you again, SBLL, for the gifted memberships. I think that, we have to look, there's so many things coming at us, and there's like this new thing. Everybody wants to prep. And, right now, the numbers went up again about how many people in the United States are prepping. Because I'll tell you this, there is nuclear bunkers in almost every country. There's nuclear bunkers here in the United States, right? Except they have been dismantled. Like there's I need to come out with the other nuclear special. I've been putting it together. I need to just do it because it's more about the history of the bunkers here in the United States. And there used to be a lot of bunkers, a lot. And the interesting thing to me is when I dug into this about the nuclear, is that many of the nuclear bunkers, right, have to keep the food and the water and the first aid kits inside the bunkers, even though they're inactive. Why would that be? If they're not replenishing them and making sure they're good, why would we keep them there? And I went and spoke with the person here in Missouri that's supposed to be emergency management. They have no plan for people. So if we do get hit by nuclear weapons, I don't think, honestly, this is my personal take on it, I do not think a country will come in and nuke all of the United States. The only way I could see that scenario happening is the theories that are out there because one person does it, another person does it, and the next thing you know, it is just a major catastrophe. If it gets to that point, right? If it gets to that point, then we might as well just say screw it and have a heyday while we can, right? I mean, honestly. But the thing is I believe that, there might be, I truly believe, how many of you in the chat right now believe that there's going to be an FF event this year? A major FF event, something that just gets the American people on the edge. Hit a one if you believe something is going to happen. I believe with the elections that are going on around the world, right? Hi, Teresa. I believe with the election that's going on around the world, and there's a lot of elections going on, right? I truly believe that the way to get Americans on edge, fighting each other for a loaf of bread or a bag of rice or a bag of potatoes or stealing your car because I got to have it, is there has to be an FF event. I believe that it will occur. What city? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to guess on something like that. And I agree with you, Josh. There may be a few. I think the closer we get into the election, the closer we get to the election, the more bullshit is going to come to us. And I think that people around this country, right, are going to, when, put it this way, I really believe that when people wake up in the masses, like say your neighbors and all those people, friends of yours that you've been saying, prep something, and they just, no, everything's fine in the United States. And it's good to detach and not worry about the chaos every day. But when the FF event happens, just like what happened during September 11th, people are going to go, whoa, shit. And then those people that say, whoa, shit, are going to be over to you going, What do I do? How do I do it? Where do I go? What do I get? And at that point, we have to realize it's probably going to be too late. It's probably going to be too late. There's a lot of restrictions coming out at different stores in different parts of the country, and they're doing the same bullshit again. It's like a play-by-play book. It's like somebody's going out for the Hail Mary, and they're not going to catch it. They're just going to keep on passing it, and that's what it seems like is they're playing with people's emotions to get us over here, get us over here, get us over here. And the thing is, yeah, they definitely do. Um, and maybe Mimi, I talked about this. Maybe it will be Trump. Something bad happened to Trump, and then if that happens and that occurs, this country will it'll be crazy. Either way, either president that nominee that wins, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster, and I agree with you. Um, we have to, we have to, because it is coming down not just in the United States but globally, and we have to look at that too. Is that globally this stuff is happening? And when we realize that, people always go, well, it's the Republicans or it's the Democrats or it's this or that. No, this is global. This is global. And if anybody's in the chat that doesn't believe this is global, please, please educate yourself, because this is a global thing that's going on, and it is a shit show. It's a real shit show, and I agree with you, Josh. But I don't know, that saying, enjoy the show. I don't know if I can enjoy watching people starve. I don't know if I can enjoy watching people lose their lives, which is already occurring, right? So enjoy the show is kind of, I don't really like that saying. Um, and I think that too many people are putting too much faith in somebody's going to come in and rescue us. And I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that we're going to end up with a major catastrophe. Think about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Teresa. It's dangerous right now. It's dangerous here in the Missouri. It's really dangerous. Yeah, yeah, definitely all American. Definitely, man. It is. And the more that we watch these things, and we see them squeezing not only the United States food chain, but the food chain all around the country, you know, it has to come to the forefront that this is exactly what's happening. I have another video here that I wanted to show, and I want to say this to each and every one of you. You know, well, I'll wait until I do the evening news. I'll wait till I do the evening news, because it's the truth. And okay, let's talk about this a minute, and I want to show it. Many people don't realize that there's millions and millions of people starving to death right now, and I think that it is something that we real need to realize. Um, it is the worst global hunger crisis ever, and the UN is even cutting back. Right? You said, "Come on now, TWP." Okay, I will say this. We are the glitch. We are the glitch. We're the glitch that they're worried about, Jessica. We are the glitch in this whole big picture. The people that are standing, the people that believe that there's something better, the people that are fighting and are going to fight. We are the glitch. Think about it. Um, I will talk more in depth about being the glitch over at OTWP Report, because I have something to say and I don't want to say it here. Okay. So I want to say this, though, is that the food aid is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, folks. And that is exactly it. We are the glitch in their big web of lies, because we're truth seekers. We want to know. And you're right, Carol. And that's exactly what's occurring. That's what's occurring. As you see this article right here, they're talking about how devastating it is. And I you look for this thumbnail tonight or tomorrow. See that right there? I made a thumbnail with that picture right there on it because that's where we're at. And you're exactly right, Barb. And we have to, if we don't want to be like these people in the picture, or we don't want to be like during the Great Depression, we have to take the stance and do the action plan to get food and get food now, right? We definitely have to. And that's so true. And I agree with you, Jessica, that that's a big concern of mine is my friends and my family and my nieces and my nephews. But look at this. They're reaching out for food distribution, um, begging for just a bag of rice, a bag of whatever. And the other thing is that the food rations that they're giving these people in the refugee camps is really, really low. It's really low. And if you see right there, they have cut the UN's food program more than once. More than once, right? They have cut it down to where basically people are getting a little bit of nothing. $8 to $10 per person. And we have to think about what's being put in the food, what's happening across the skies, what's happening in the water, what's happened with the railroad, with all the train derailments. And we have to, and the chickens being cold, and the ducks being cold, and the salmon and the trout. And we have to put it all together and realize that we are under attack. We're under attack. And if you don't want to be like these people right there in the picture, you better make a plan and you better follow through with it. Myself and Dragonflies, we have been on a kick about what do we have, what do we need, and I will tell you, and I know I'm stuck on it, folks, is water. Y'all don't know until you experience it what it's like. And we still have not gotten water because now we're iced in. So this has been an eye-opening experience for us, right? It's been an eye-opening experience, but I'm glad that it happened now and not then because I realize that the water that we have is probably, it, a couple months is one thing, but what about 6 months or a year that you can't get clean water? We have went over 2 months with no running water. No, that means no water to wash dishes, no water to wash clothes. It means limited showers. It means limited wiping things off. It means being very conservative brushing your teeth. I mean, I'm talking, folks, water. If you don't have it and you don't have a plan for water, you better get your ass in gear. It's all I can say. If you don't get your ass in gear, you're going to be screwed. And it's not scary. It's not scary to me. What it's done is it's put us on point. It's put us on point because y'all know, you all know that we had water stored up in that loft. We had a lot of water, a lot. I can't even tell you how many gallons. Like I was sick of taking water up there. Okay, but we have already decided that even if you had a well, you could still be screwed, right? The big thing is, yeah, and that's really important. Bushcrafting, living off the land. Like right now, because of this freezing rain and because it was raining, I ran around and put out planters and put out totes and flipped over barrels and did all kinds of stuff to collect more rainwater. But not only would a well go dry, not only would a well go dry, Barb, is it could be contaminated. And if it gets contaminated, then what are you going to do? How are you going to get water? And I will tell you right now, you better have water inside. Inside. 8 days. It is eye opening, isn't it, Dreaded Seeker? We're going on 2 months, no running water in this cabin. 2 months. I think we're at the 2 month mark today or yet tomorrow. But I'm glad it happened now. We did the experiment. I wanted to do it for 2 weeks. We ended up with 2 months. It is what it is. But I will tell you, if you don't have water, if you don't have a way to think off the wall and out of the box to get water, and something happens outside, there is an FF event, it's going to be, it will be eye opening to the point that you'll be probably a little stressed out. Just saying. Yeah, yeah, very true. It sucks, but it's doable. That's about the truth, dragonflies. We are ready to go. We were going to go on a water run today, but then we got iced in. So, even our rain barrels are at risk inside water preps. Huh? It's just another day in the cabin. It's just another day. But I've really learned that, like, even coffee, your drinks, you feel like just having a glass of water. You really are gonna need to think about it. Rain barrels are at risk inside water preps also needed. Yes, and that's what we've been focusing on, Jessica, is inside water. And I thank God that dragonflies made my ass keep getting up there in that loft and putting more water. I'm surprised the thing didn't collapse. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how many gallons of water we had up there. We had a lot. But I also have 3 totes in the front, 1 tote in the back, planters on the edge of the deck. The animals can drink out of the planters, right? Put it into their water bowls. They're fine. It's been very eye opening. I think the biggest thing is showers and hygiene and toilet. Those are the big things. Shower, the toilet is the biggest thing. Me and Dragonflies like the toilet. The toilet is definitely a huge thing. I would say get lots of trash bags from experience. I would say definitely make sure you have bleach. Definitely make sure you have baby wipes. Uh, Not only baby wipes, what are the other ones? They're just some type of wipe that you can use for surfaces and counters and stuff. Don't flush them no matter what you do. Um, Sometimes you wonder what is really in our coffee. I don't know. We're kind of picky about coffee, so I don't know. Yeah, baby wipes, anything like that that can help you. The dry shampoo, uh, having the little dish buckets, like little dish strainers. They're more of a bucket that go in the sink. Those have been very, very helpful. Sanitizing wipes. Yep. Sawdust and a lot of ground coffee. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of reports out about that dreaded secret. That's nasty. Dry shampoos, no rinse soaps. Oh, y'all, don't buy shredded cheese anymore either. Don't buy shredded cheese. Don't do it. There is something super nasty in it. Buy the chunks of cheese, make sure it's good cheese. Do not buy the shredded cheese. Oh my God. Dragonflies went down some rabbit hole about the shredded cheese, and I was like, oh Lord help us. It's disgusting. I wonder what's in my candies. Yeah, that's what we do. Well, we were buying some shredded cheese because I use them for enchiladas and stuff like that. Uh-uh. No, don't do it. Does anybody know what the chemical is? Oh, it's a medicine that goes in your eyes, and they put it in the shredded cheese to keep it longer. Same thing with the bread. Yeah. Name one thing, y'all. One thing that concerns you in 2024. What's your biggest concern in 2024? Mine is that there will be an FF event that will affect all of us, honestly. Yeah, it's fresh. Yeah, well, and it's moldy quick. It's gross. It molds up real quick. Danny, damn, Danny, now stop it. One thing: Civil War, riots. Nice. Hmm. Well, this is what you do, SBLL. Take 'em camping. Get 'em out into the great outdoors. That's what you do. It's about the only way. Well, that's nice, isn't it, Watchman? Everybody's stealing everything. It's so wonderful. I think you're on point about that. Mm, that's nice. Is that like the blue hair dye that my grandma used to use? Just asking. Yeah. I don't know. I think that they'll try to step in, but I think they'll let us just it'll be like the purge. I think it'll be like the purge. Uh, Worse than Mad Max. I think the young generations, when they don't have the internet, their gaming systems and all that, I think it'll go absolutely crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if you got to go to the Dollar Tree, you go to the Dollar Tree, I guess, to be a thief. Hmm. 800-acre recreational lake, so yes, water, but issue with the Amish farm runoff into the creeks and the lakes. So not sure if you could filter all that. Well, you can't filter the PFAs either. So I mean, any filtration is going to be better than nothing. Yeah. Be careful, Watchman. It's slippery out there. Wow. Nice. Yeah, they definitely will. I think that we'll have a grid down situation. I think that we're going to have a lot of civil unrest, especially headed into the summer. The warmer it gets, the worse people get, the more crime. And I think that I'm really trying to figure out when they're going to set up this FF event because we all have to feel it's coming. We have to feel it's coming. What a wonderful world. Is that how you really feel, Carol? It is a wonderful world. It's what we make it, honestly. And I'm not going to run around in fear. I'm not. What we've learned from the water experiment made me get more on point. What we've learned about food is another big thing. You know, having enough canned food, having enough long-term food, having some freeze-dried food, having some money, financials put away, pulling back a little bit, not going to buy the new shit all the time. I think that's really important. Yeah, we're not. Yep. Well, and he already put out a nice video about Trump. You know, interesting. Oh no, that was Soros. That was Soros. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was just getting ready to talk about, Mama Freddie. Crazy, right? What is that saying? What is that saying that he wants to do? See, like they should be censored, not us. How many of you think that they should be censored? Hit a one. How many of you think that old Nancy and Joe and all of them should frickin' be censored? How many of them should get in trouble for disinformation and causing chaos and confusion and crime against people or wanting to perpetrate a crime against others. I would say they should be the ones. Um, Acid rain. I can't really answer that question. I use a TST tester. That's, and acid rain. I could really not answer that question honestly, and I'm not going to lead you down the wrong road. But what I will do, Barb, is if anybody in the chat knows, please answer. But if somebody in the chat doesn't know, I will write it down with this cool pencil. Do y'all see this pencil? This is how you know that you can bushcraft and survive. See that? Made out of, check that out. Is that cool? So I will write it down and I'll find out. If anybody knows, please answer. I honestly don't know. I've never really looked at it or thought about it because honestly, with out here, the TST tester tests really good. You can also get like the jacuzzi testers and do it like that. Um, I think that those are a few things you could do. Does anybody else know? Ah, that's even more interesting. That's interesting, Dreaded Seeker. So those are silver certs. Hmm. What's behind that shit? What's behind that? It's unbelievable the stuff that they're doing. I hope that each one of us, we all are set up in different areas of the country, but I hope most of you are out of the big cities or have a route to get out of the big city as quick as possible if something goes down. I think that that's really important. A pool testing kit, jacuzzi testing kit, yeah, a TST tester, anything like that. Uh, that's exactly what I interpreted from it, but I didn't realize the ones were silver certificates. Very interesting. Yeah, yeah, very interesting. Because of the time and stuff. Yeah, yeah, definitely KY. And I think the other thing is too, honestly, is that go with your gut. Go with your gut. If your gut is telling you to get out of Dodge, get out of Dodge. Don't wait. Oh, they do. Thank you, Patriot No Jab. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. $19 for an acid rain kit. I don't know about acid rain really. I haven't really looked into it. Um, there is a lot of strange things happening around the country, but I would say be on point about water. What does it mean? It means this. It means that, Mama Freddy. It means that, right? Yeah. Yeah, and then you get dehydrated and then you're sick as all get out. That's very true. And, you can always remember that no matter what the water source is, the best thing if you have no way to if you don't have the tabs or you don't have this or that is definitely boil, boil, boil. I'm looking at the chat right now. A big club, a huge club. Think about the 5 families that are involved in it, that have been involved in it, Dreaded Seeker. You can name them in the chat. Yeah, very true. Oh, I don't trust the tap water at all. I've tested the rainwater versus the water we get hauled in, and the rainwater's a lot better. My goodness gracious, get the hell out of Dodge, Scan. It's about time. I'm glad to hear that. Get out of Dodge. Let us know when you get there, get out, and get safe. I think time is running out, folks. I mean, I honestly do. I don't know, I think that there's so many hacking incidents happening and all these things. I think that she's moving. She's moving to her country property, Scan is. It's about damn time. For I think about a year, she's been working on that property. Oh, that's good. And pet supplies are important. Learning how to make and feed your animals without the store. I mean, look at all the recalls, right? There's a lot of recalls on dog and cat food. A lot. Yeah, and you know what, dreaded seeker? I'm gonna ask you because I think that a lot of times, um, I think that what if the silver and the gold is starting to get infiltrated with something that isn't silver and gold? Just saying. Anybody ever thought about that? I've been thinking about that. Like, uh, China and Russia and other countries have been buying up the gold, right? So what if the gold that's coming back into the United States, what if it isn't really gold? I mean, am I being a paranoid prepper? I don't know. That would be kind of endangering yourself, Barb. Most important thing is to find people around you. Find people around you, and make sure that you have a local mag, be it if it's friends, family, people from the church, people from schools, people from businesses, wherever. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm hoping that, yeah, gold and silver can be tested, but I always wonder because so many of the markets right now are being manipulated and we have more banks closing. Isn't this funny, y'all? How many of you remember this from almost 2 years ago? And I pulled up to that bank and it said this branch is no longer open. Do y'all remember when I did that video? And they told me that they were going to start closing down branches nationwide. Do y'all remember that? That has been 2 years ago. And look at the banking industry and what's occurring right now with all of these branches closing. Isn't that interesting? So, really, all the shit has been set up in the last couple of years. Okay, why? That's funny. That's funny. I hope that you all have a good day. I just wanted to come on. I wanted to show that video about the drones, talk a little bit. We will have, I'm sorry about the live stream this morning at OTWP Report, but the internet has been acting jinky because of the weather. So if I can't get a yellow signal on my internet, I definitely can't use that platform or that live streaming platform because there's no way you'll even hear me. And I don't know how to switch it over to a different platform like I'm on right now for streaming. So I got to figure that out so that if we have bad internet, I can still have my live streams and switch them over. But I hope that everybody has a good day. And I want to say to each and every one of you is country folks will survive. Country folks will survive. And this goes out to all the country folks in the chat because we know that we're going to just give them hell and we're going to keep standing. And it's just how it is. We're not going to bow down or boo-hoo or cry because why? Why would we do that? So this goes out to all you country folks. And then I'm going to take it on out of here. But thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God you're a country girl. Thank God that we can stand on our own. And God bless you all from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Everybody keep doing the dang thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on doing the dang thing no matter what. And sing with me. Thank God I'm a country boy. Real life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much of no country boy like me can't have. Early to rise and early in the sack.
Thank God I'm a country boy. A simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. These are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me a fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I can cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sun's setting low, I pull out my fiddle and I'm rousing up my bow. But the kids are asleep, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. And I play salad cooking all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. So I fiddle when I can, work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, I got me a fine wife, I got me a fiddle. The sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Here we go. Hey. Well, I wouldn't trade my life for diamonds or jewels. I never was one of them money-hungry fools. Rather have my farm, a fiddle, and tools. But thank God I'm a country boy. With the city folk driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty key. People, let me tell you exactly what I mean. I thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me a fiddle. When the sun's coming up, the cakes on the fiddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Break it down. See, my fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died. He took me by the hand, held me close to his side. He said, live a good life, play your fiddle with pride, and thank God you're a country boy. Yeah, my daddy taught me young how to hunt and how to widow. Taught me how to work and play a tune on the fiddle. Taught me how to love, how to give just a little. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me a fiddle. The sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Woo! I thank God I'm a country boy.
I hope you all enjoy that. Keep doing the dang thing. Don't give up. Don't give in. Until I see you next time, folks, stay safe out there. God bless. So, TWP, Kentucky Survival, get 'em. Sick 'em. Somebody will say Kentucky Survival needs to do it. God bless y'all. And a big smack upside your head, KY. See y'all.